With my gratitude, honorable judges, management team, I am Sovannaphumi, a student from Sovannaphumi School Poipet 2 campus. Let's begin with imagining yourself on a plane. You are sitting next to a mother with her crying baby. She was crying because she was shivering from the cold, which means that she needs a blanket, and you got the blanket. So as an adult, that is just a little to suffer. You look at that screaming baby and wonder, it must be so hard for her. So you offer her the blanket. Now that is called empathy. And what is the quality that should be added to the role? Empathy. I consider myself to be an empathetic person, but I realize that with a certain amount of people, in a particular situation, my natural ability and desire to empathize people can be diminished or almost non-existent, especially these days. A few days ago, I was so excited about something that I yelled with excitement, forgetting that I was being really sarcastic, that a friend of mine told me I was getting on their nerve. At the time, I didn't get it because I didn't think my sound was that loud under the circumstances. Now I see that they probably weren't allowed to be a child and play when they were growing up, which you can fully relate with. Someone probably told them that they got on their nerves when they were jumping, screaming when something exciting happened. The idea that all judgment is self-judgment makes sense to me. If I got on their nerves, they must have got on their own nerves too. While it can sometimes be difficult for us to understand another person's perspective, being able to imagine what it's like for them is an essential aspect of empathy. The more willing we are to imagine what it's like for them, the more compassion, understanding, and empathy we'll be able to experience. In today's uncertain political climate, with the many stresses that come with the pandemic, it is more important now than ever before to use compassion every day. When I saw homeless people that are trying to overcome every struggles that are coming for them, sleeping on the street, begging for money just to live, I just have the one thinking of how hard it must have been for them to survive from day to day. The sadness from their face expresses it all. It is almost as if I can feel it. When our world had the ability to feel bad for more people, we'll definitely be in a different situation. People around me or the world would know exactly how we're truly feeling about ourselves when we're in a conflict with someone or something that is challenging for us. Being able to admit, own, express our fear, insecurity, sadness, jealousy, or whatever other negative emotion we are experiencing is one of the best ways for us to move past our defensiveness and technically address the deeper issues of the situation. But if a person cannot, the best way to modify it is about understanding and having the taste of the medicine. Experience it, imagine it, and take it into account. Empathy from a global perspective is infinitely important, especially when it leads to compassion. This type of empathy pushes people to dive in and help when there are major disasters. People are willing to help out others that they've never met before because they know that they too would need help if things were reserved. Without compassionate empathy, the world would be in so much darker and less functional place to live. What about the world that are lack of empathy? What about the people that have too much of empathy? Not everybody have the ability to feel empathy. Have you ever wondered why there are wars happening everywhere around the world? The lack of empathy, not understanding the other's partner's feeling. Let's say that you are a president in a very small country, not having enough essential to protect your citizen. You feel pity, but not to the other's nation eyes. They see you as their prey and they're the hunter. No matter what you went through, pleasing and begging for their mercy, they'll hunt you. We need to eventually adapt to the situation, participate in more situations, and engage with those people that are proud enough to express their suffering will make you a better one. And helping each other from the heart of kindness. You never know if you're going to be one of the people that are struggling or be perfectly fine. You can feel uncomfortable when they're too happy around you, or you might feel uncomfortable when they're too depressed around you. It is also about how you want to improve your relationship between yourself and others, and forgiving. Apparently, the world that we're living in is not the best place that we're mentally prepared for. People destroy others by words and making excuses. Every qualities exist, but human just doesn't have it all of themselves. Your thoughts matter, judgmental is from people's opinion, comforting and forgiving are essential, and helping one another is all the world needs. It is extremely important to hear the word, I get you, I understand you, and I relate to you from whoever we're interacting with. And if you find yourself saying, but I'm just being honest, chances are you've just been unkind. Honesty doesn't heal, but empathy does, and never underestimate the power of empathy. A message from Don Goldsmith. Thank you.